Okay, so I'm going to talk about my general idea development for my music video. It started off as nothing of what it was supposed to be. Um, it was supposed to be a music video to one of Ben Wheatley's songs in Group 2, and I actually ended up filming a few shots that I was thinking of using in practice shots, which I'll throw in here. That was cool. Um, and then it kind of transitioned into a different song, just because it was a lot easier. Because I used him for my last project, and that kind of intervened for his project that he was also doing, and I didn't think it was fair for him to have to do it again. So I thought, I'll use someone else for it, because I was planning on it being his song, but then you'd have to kind of re-record it in a studio, and that was going to be a lot of effort that we just couldn't be bothered to do. So I ended up changing the song, and it was also going to be, before it became This Is How It Disappeared, it was going to be The End by My Chemical Romance. But I had this idea, I didn't end up doing anything for it. It was just an idea I had in my head, and it was it's the end, and it's going to be at a funeral, and then the guy who's dead is going to be his ghost walking around looking at everyone's being sad and stuff, and that would have been cool. But then it was a lot of organizing and things like that didn't really fall into place, so didn't end up doing that. But then I still wanted to do My Chemical Romance song, just because I like the whole style, and I thought there was a lot of creativity that I could use from the music and translate it into video, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was they just have cool songs that you can make cool stuff out of. But yeah, so that happened, and got to This Is How I Disappear, which was a tricky road. It started off it was always the kind of idea of the general concept of the breakup thing, as it ended up being. But there was a few elements that went in there, it didn't have all the imagery with the blood out of his mouth and the bathtub and stuff like that, or all the red in the smoking scene with the things a few red lines and lines poles, just because I wanted a theme of red, or a really subtle theme, because it wasn't a continuous thing, you know what I mean. But yeah. But what else? Not much happened in terms of things. What happened? Oh, I had an idea for because I was watching. What was it called? I think it's the music video for Bodies, or let the bodies hit the floor, or something like that, by Drowning Pool. And I really liked the whole thing, a lot of movement in strobe lights. And I just thought that was really cool. I'll throw in a clip of it, of what I'm on about here. But yeah, I think that was just really, really cool. And yeah, and I kind of wanted to do something like that, especially for lip syncy sort of parts, which I did end up doing, but it wasn't originally what it was supposed to be. It was originally supposed to be 2 takes, and I ended up doing a few practice shots of this, which I'll also throw in a bit. But it was supposed to be a recording of a still wall or whatever, and then a separate recording of the camera stays still, nothing changes, nothing in the picture changes, but then there's someone there, and then they're moving around, and then with cutting, and just cut it really close so it looks like they're flashing, which isn't really the proper strobe light effect, but it's close, and that's just something new. I didn't want to copy it exactly, you know what I mean. I wanted to do something inspired by the idea, which is what I wanted to do. But then I had an idea of doing that for an outside shot, but it would look weird because on an outside shot there's a lot of variables with the wind and trees or whatever, they move, and then for one shot it'd be something's here, the next shot's over here, you know what I mean. It looked weird. especially if it like keeps flashing there off and on, and yeah, it looked weird. So I then ended up doing that and changed it to like a strobe light thing, which I think worked out pretty well. I cut out a lot of the strobe lights because the way I edited it was like I did all the lip sync stuff first and then added the story, which the story kind of overlapped and covered up some of the lip sync parts, but it's whatever. It's chill. What other ideas did I have? I had a few other ideas. I had an idea for inspired by American Horror Story. I think it's Hotel, because there's a part in the song that says, "Who drowns all the boys and girls inside your bed?" Something like that. It's like along those lines. And I have this idea of if you watch, and I'll throw a picture of them. In Hotel, there's like bodies that come out of the bed. I wanted to do something like that, but going into the bed. But then I thought I'll either have to cut up a mattress, which I don't really want to cut up a mattress, cause no. But then I thought, oh, just editing. And then I was like trying to look at like how to do it, and I was like, I have no idea. Like it's too much. So that got cut. But there was a few other stuff. Not too sure what, but like there was just a lot of it was just kind of like ideas I'd like pop into my head, but then I'd like do nothing with. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like write it down or something. It was just I'm like, ooh, no. But yeah, in terms of idea development, that's about it. Oh, is there anything else I should talk about? Probably. Idea development, treatment techniques. Treatment techniques has like colors, right? I think. I wanted to do like the first part when they're talking. I wanted to do that in black and white. So like as soon as a slap connects, color comes in. But my hard drive died, and I wasn't too sure how to do that. So the only chance I got to do that was a bit later, when my hard drive was dead and I couldn't get the editing file up. But luckily, I already uploaded what I had to YouTube. So, which is great. But yeah, I was gonna do that, and then I wanted it kind of the story like wise. It gets darker and darker for a reason. Like it just gets a bit darker and darker and stranger. Like it's a breakup and it's like normal. Like it's not too dark, not too bright, just whatever. And then it gets to like him like spiraling, like drinking and smoking, and then going eventually to kill her and stuff. Like that gets really dark, both visually and even he killed her. That's pretty dark stuff. But yeah, in terms of treatment, that's all I really thought of. I wanted to have it. I was considering either having him, because I did in the 007 the lip sync parts. I was considering having him either because it's all like black. I was considering either having him wearing black as well. But then I thought then it just kind of looked like a floating head, which would look a bit weird and not really what I was going for. So I told him to wear a white shirt, mainly because also like for the blood scenes, if there was also like blood on his shirt, it'd come through a lot better if he was wearing white. I'm not too sure if that's to do with treatment. I'm not too sure what treatment means, but